6.
All right, a very good evening. It is now 6 o'clock on the Gulf Coast. Crystal clear skies as we are approaching sunset. That's the view from USA Health Providence Hospital and our All-In Credit Union camera around 73 this evening. Beautiful sunset tonight. Again, not a cloud in the sky over Mobile Bay. From the Grand Hotel, a point clear in our GMC cam near 80 on the eastern shore by 8 p.m. Got a few clouds passing over the skies of Pensacola. In our Unity Fiber camera, we'll see a temperature of 79 degrees. All eyes on powerful Hurricane Milton, the latest track and numbers in from the Hurricane Center. WKRG News 5 at 6 starts right now.
Local coverage you can count on. You're watching WKRG News 5 at 6.
Good evening, I'm Roseanne Haven.
And I'm Peter Albrecht. Thanks for joining us. Hurricane Milton continues to track across the Gulf of Mexico for an expected landfall tomorrow night along the central Florida coast. It's been a busy day in Tampa. People there getting ready for Milton's arrival. Do-it-yourself stores like Lowe's and Home Depot selling out of plywood, generators, and a lot of other supplies. Many residents boarding up their homes with ideas of riding out the storm.
Many others are taking no chances. They are headed north. Check out the scene this morning near Jacksonville. Thousands of cars bumper to bumper on I-295. One man in Tampa who rode out Hurricane Helene was clearly concerned when interviewed this morning about the impending storm.
Okay, so tell me how you're feeling this morning. I mean, apprehensive. I mean, how are you? Anxious? How are you feeling?
Yes. Apprehensive, really anxious. We have 2 young kids. It's scary.
With young kids, I mean, what goes through your head as another storm heads this way?
Keep them safe.
How old are your kids?
3 and 5.
So what's your plan now? It's Tuesday. When are you heading out?
We want to evacuate probably in the next couple of hours. We're going inland. I guess we're prepared to sit in the traffic. So.
What are you expecting when you come back from?
I don't know.
Such a stressful time for so many people who've already been through so much.
Let's check in with our chief meteorologist, Ed Bloodsworth, for the latest on Milton.
Yeah, we're keeping our close eye on these stats because, again, the shifts in the track regarding Milton will have profound impacts on who gets the worst in terms of the surge, rain, and wind. But you look at the satellite presentation here of Category 5 Hurricane Milton, such an impressive storm. We've noticed it's doing things that no other storm has done in this part of the Atlantic Basin. Right now, those maximum winds are holding at 165 miles per hour. Now, it will not make landfall as a Category 5 storm. It will weaken. This is the newest track from the Hurricane Center, and it's still expected to be a strong major hurricane, Category 3, as it comes ashore somewhere along the Florida's west coast. We've been talking about Tampa Bay for quite some time, but now the latest track has shifted south of the bay. That would mean less surge into Tampa Bay and more surge down towards the Port Charlotte, Sarasota areas. But you see the area of red, that's the hurricane warning that extends all the way across the state. So we will get hurricane gusts out of this for Orlando, St. Augustine, Melbourne, Florida. So a significant storm. Let's take a look at our in-house model, also agreeing on the storm making landfall south of Tampa Bay, coming ashore sometime late Wednesday night into early Thursday, crossing the state. Now, you'll notice how the structure kind of starts falling apart as wind shear starts to tear the system apart. But this will still bring hurricane winds all across the state, and that surge could still reach as high as 10 to 15 feet, especially south of the landfall point. And then rainfall, high threat of excessive rainfall and flooding rains. Most areas will pick up anywhere from 6 to 10 inches of rain, especially north of that eye. But some areas, if we get training, we could see perhaps up to 16 inches of rain for some locations there in north central Florida. So this will bring profound impacts for an area that has been hit so hard from such a significant storm. Of course, we're keeping our eyes on the storm here, but we're also got crews out in the field. We're keeping our eyes on the storm. Asher Red joins us live from St. Petersburg. Asher, a lot of cleanup from a previous storm, and that could certainly be an issue for the folks down there.
Yeah, Ed, and as you can see, St. Petersburg is still dealing with what Hurricane Helene left behind 2 weeks ago, and this is just waiting to get picked up by wind. It's waiting to get picked up by a storm surge, and quite frankly, that's a projectile just waiting to happen. And unfortunately, this community is dealing with round 2, and that's Hurricane Milton. Milton, at its strongest, was a Category 5. It lost a little bit of life there for a bit, and now it's back to a Category 5 strength. It is expected to weaken prior to landfall thanks to a mix of dry air and wind shear. Now, however, Milton will still be an increasingly strong storm with 110-mile-per-hour winds when it makes landfall and upwards of 15 feet in storm surge. Now, we'll go ahead and throw in there that we have gotten some evacuation orders, and we have started seeing some law enforcement coming around here as well to make sure everyone is out. Until then, live in St. Petersburg, I'm Asher Red, WKRG News 5.
Mobile firefighters are among several Alabama rescue teams heading to Florida to stage ahead of Hurricane Milton.
WKRG News 5's Catherine Brook is live at the Mobile Recycling Center off Museum Drive, where those teams gathered today before rolling on out.
Roseanne, Peter, more than 6 firefighters and other search and rescue members are on their way to Live Oak, Florida, located between Tallahassee and Jacksonville. Teams from across the state lined up for the departure. Joining Mobile Fire Rescue are personnel from Saraland, Fort Payne, Guntersville, Madison, and Marshall. Mobile Fire Rescue Captain Barry Glisson says his team trains for moments like this. Most recently, the team helped with Hurricane Helene aftermath in North Carolina.
Everybody is very anxious to get down there and provide the help, and glad to be able to support the state of Florida and their residents from Alabama here.
The teams are prepared to perform water rescue missions and wide area searches. They'll be staging in Live Oak, but will be sent wherever they're needed. The teams will be in Florida for the next 10 days. Reporting live in Mobile, Catherine Brook, WKRG News 5.
As communities prepare for Hurricane Milton, local law enforcement agencies are once again getting ready to help those impacted.
The Escambia County Sheriff's Office will be sending a team of volunteers to affected areas. And as News 5's Alexa Daly reports, this comes right after their crews returned from a similar mission to Madison County, Florida after Helene.
After only having been back for a week after providing law enforcement assistance and helping with cleanup from Hurricane Helene, the Escambia County Sheriff's Office is preparing to step up once again. Sheriff Chip Simmons says the hurricane response team is prepared and ready to help communities that will be affected by Hurricane Milton. The team is made up of employees who have volunteered to respond to disaster areas. They'll be assisting residents and helping clear trees and debris blocking roadways that could prevent first responders and citizens from getting help they may need.
I think it says a lot about their character and their willingness to go not just once but twice within a 3-week period. So I really appreciate them. I think that what we send, the equipment, the personnel, are going to represent Escambia County very well.
The team is equipped with things like chainsaws, generators, ATVs, and high water rescue vehicles. The Sheriff's Office says they'll be prepared to spend up to 2 weeks in impacted areas. In Escambia County, Alexa Daly, WKRG News 5.
As communities in Milton's path prepare for landfall, Florida power companies are preparing as well.
WKRG News 5's Hannah O'Gara tells us Florida Power and Light is sending crews to nearly 50 Florida communities in the path of the storm.
14,000 workers from across the country are on standby to help Florida Power and Light in areas that could be impacted by Hurricane Milton. FPL has begun to send employees to regions near Tampa. The goal was to not have restoration workers traveling through intense conditions as Milton makes landfall, but rather already stationed in certain communities to restore potential large amounts of lost power. Sarah Gatewood, spokesperson with Florida Power and Light, says because crews are coming from many parts of the country, FPL will have more than 20 staging sites from Jacksonville to Miami.
They're set up to prepare the crews for their day, make sure they have the equipment and the resources they need, that they have food. If they need laundry done, we can get their laundry done, all the things so that they can just focus on the work that they need to do to get the power back on.
Due to the severity of Hurricane Milton, FPL is warning customers to be prepared for prolonged outages. In Pensacola, Hannah O'Gara, WKRG News 5.
Escambia County opened the Pensacola Bay Center tonight as a hurricane shelter for those who've evacuated from South Florida ahead of the storm. The shelter is being run by the American Red Cross, and we're told it is pet friendly.
WKRG News 5 hosting a virtual telethon this week to benefit hurricane victims. Thursday will feature stories about the recovery efforts across the Southeast as we raise money for the American Red Cross in every newscast. If you don't want to wait, the website is up and running right now. Simply scan the QR code on your screen. Find out how you can donate right now.